D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the article that I read to bring you this video, and you can read it for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to break it all down for you. I'd also like to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Alright, so now that we got that business out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, so it looks like Nicolas Cage is headed to the live action screen with his Spider-Man Noir. Now, if you remember, he voiced the character famously on the Spider-Verse movie, that first one. And, I mean, he did in the second one too, but, you know, he did a great job in that. So I think that that's great. So let me pull up this article real quick. So this comes from Variety. Not my favorite, but, you know, I like it. And so they talk about how it's going to be for Prime Video, and it's live action. If you remember correctly, they were going to do a Silk show with that the female spider, whatever. But I think they pulled back on that because, according to, just real quick, according to that, they had like 3 iterations of the show before they canned it. So it sounds like that just wasn't going to work out. But me, I always go, when it comes to anything like this, I go, if you just go to the source material and you pick out what was popular and what people liked, that's what you go with. But this Spider-Man Noir, now listen, I want to be honest with you, I did not read any of if this was a comic book by itself, I didn't read any of it. I don't remember Spider-Man Noir from the comic books, and if I did, if I read it, I don't remember it. That's the whole thing. But I did like what I saw in the Spider-Verse movie. Now, what do I think of this whole situation? I think this is fantastic. I'm not gonna pull up this whole. I'm not gonna read any of the article. I'm just showing it to you and everything. But what I really like about this is, first off, Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. I know people may think he's a wackadoo and he lost all his money because he just bought like a fuck ton of property in like Ireland or somewhere, and then he's just like, and then he got taken. I believe he got taken in that what was that like? What was that whole scandal where all these rich people lost their money, and I can't remember what his name was. But anyways, so I'm very curious. So this is the thing. I think putting it on Amazon is a great idea because I think Amazon really. I think when it comes to comic book stuff, they're doing a really good job. Is this gonna work out in live action? I don't know. I think if it was animated, I think it would for sure work out. Now, live action is tricky because when it's in live action, like he says in the Spider-Verse, where is this wind coming from? So he's always going to be like having this wind pushing up his long trench coat or whatnot. And it's going to be in black and white. And I don't think people these days like black and white. Now, me, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't care if something's in black and white as long as it's good. But I do think for the most part, the general audience, they do care. They do not like black and white. And I'm all like, you guys, if you there are some really good movies, and there's a show on Netflix actually right now called Ripley. It's actually pretty good, and it's in black and white. So I'm curious about that. Now, Nicolas Cage, like I said before, I love Nicolas Cage. I'll watch anything that man is in because he does a really good job, and he'll just take anything for a paycheck. He's all like, you're going to pay me? I'll take it. And I love that about me. Personally, I'm all like, I'd ride that money train to the bank, and I hope he rides this money train to the bank. And we'll see how many seasons it gets and how many episodes per season. I'm thinking like a 6 to 8 episode season because it's going to be a lot of money with visual effects and everything. And I'm just curious to see where this goes. And I'm not going to lie, I'm excited for it, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in and covering it for this channel. But we'll see how it turns out, and good for Nicolas Cage. Get that money, girl, you know what I'm saying? All right, so that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week. All right, you guys. So we all knew this was coming down the pipeline. There's just no way. So Donnie Yen is getting his own spinoff from the John Wick series. And I have to just say, I like Donnie Yen. He's pretty good. He's not pretty good. He's good. And I did like him in John Wick. I thought he did an excellent job, but the way they set it up, of course he was getting his own like spinoff or some sequel series or something like that. But he's getting his own spinoff, right? And like I said before, good for him. That's awesome. I think that he definitely deserves it. So we'll do it. But there are some things that I do have a problem with a little bit, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So here's the article from Variety, and if you can see, I'm not gonna pull it up and everything, but as you can see from this, it's getting the writer from the Umbrella Academy. Now I have to say real quick, I did like the Umbrella Academy, but I feel like it kind of like fell off the rails. After I think after season 2, it just kind of like went off the rails a little bit, and I was like, I'm not feeling it so much. Like season 4, I didn't care for very much, but at the same time, I'm all like, what are you gonna do? But like I said before, Donnie Yen, they definitely set up his character to to get his own movie or his own series and everything. Now, I think this was smart because they really want this John Wick series, the franchise. This is a good franchise for them. It's a name that everybody knows and loves and everything. But my only problem is Keanu Reeves doesn't want to do it anymore, And they've got the ballerina coming out. I believe it's this year, 2024. And I'll definitely watch that because it's on Ana de Armas in it. And I love her. She's so freaking hot. But I love this world of John Wick. I just love it. I love all the John Wick movies. I don't care how silly they got and everything. Like that last one, I love when he's falling down those stairs. I'm all like, it was just funny because you're all like, that shit hurt and everything. And I love that German guy. I don't remember his name. It was played by oh shoot, what is his name? He's like a stunt guy, and like I love that with his little dance and everything. I love that whole shit. I just loved all that. I loved it all. I don't care. And I will see how this works out. But of course, where can they go from here? And it's obvious that because, Keanu Reeves doesn't want to do it anymore because, and I hope, a small piece of me hopes they don't bring back John Wick. I felt like it ended really well. I liked the ending. But I feel like they'll be like, hey, Keanu, you want to come back? And he'll be like, after like a couple years, like 5 years, they'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? And everything. And I'm not interested in that. But we'll see where this goes, and good for Donnie Yen. I'm just, we'll see how Kane turns out and everything. But I wonder if they're just going to call it that Kane. That'd be cool, I don't know. But tell me what you guys think about that. I just really think that this is really good for Donnie Yen, and we'll see, because I do like Donnie Yen. He's fantastic. But let's see how this all turns out. All right, you guys. So that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story this week. All right, you guys. So Natasha Lyonne joins the cast of the Fantastic Four movie. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I also wanted to talk about the other cast members. I'm pulling this picture up right now. And so this is the cast that we have all together. And I did do a video where I covered the story of Paul Walter Hauser being cast in it. But since then, they've cast Ralph Innes, John Malkovich, and now Natasha Lyonne. Now, Ralph Innes is he's going to be Galactus. And I mean, I don't think he's tall enough. And I wonder if he's going to wear the big hat helmet thingy. He has to. He has to look comic books accurate. I do not want any other version but the Galactus that I know and love. So if they give me any that other bullshit, I'm not going to like it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm really still pissed that Silver Surfer is a woman. I'm still pissed. I don't care what you guys think about it, but I'm pissed. I'm so freaking pissed. Let me pull this article up. So here she is. Now, Natasha Lyonne, you may know her. I know her from stuff like American Pie. But she was recently on that Russian Doll show, which I didn't watch, and I'm not going to because I just don't care. I mean, how many seasons of that can you have? How many seasons of that show can you have? Apparently, what is it, 3? Anyways, so here's my theory on who. Oh, by the way, John Malkovich and Paul Walter Hauser, they haven't said who they're going to be, but I have a feeling that, well, everybody keeps saying that John Malkovich is going to be Doom, Dr. Doom. And maybe he will be, but from what I've seen online, there's going to be a lot of different bad guys coming in from the Fantastic Four, and they're just going to have like a hot minute on there, and then they're going to go away kind of thing. So maybe Paul Walter Hauser is playing Mole Man, like I said in my last video, but I still think he's playing the voice of the robot. But now looking at this, maybe John Malkovich will be the voice of the robot, or the Storms, Sue and Johnny Storm. Maybe he'll play their father, because he's old and everything. But we'll see how that turns out. And maybe Paul Walter Hauser is not, or maybe he's the voice of the robot, and Paul Walter Hauser is Mole Man. We'll see. I don't know. I'm curious to see where they go from here. So here's my theory on who Natasha Lyonne is playing. And it's a theory that a lot of people were thinking about the last one when they cast Silver Surfer. And that is, I think Natasha Lyonne, and I don't think she's going to become it, but she's going to be playing this woman. Now, who is this woman? This is Frankie Ray, which is also known as Nova. And Nova is the second herald of Galactus. Now, I love Frankie Ray / Nova, but I don't. If Natasha Lyonne is playing Nova, I don't like it anymore, because I don't think she's hot enough. I'll just be honest. I don't think she's hot enough to be Nova. But if she's gonna show her hooties off, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Some gold hooties. I'd watch it. I'm not saying that I don't like Natasha Lyonne. I actually do like her. I think she's fantastic. But she wouldn't have been my first choice as Frankie Ray / Nova if she's playing that. That's just my theory on that. She could be playing somebody totally different, and this is just me throwing out my thought process on this. Because she's got red hair, and Frankie Ray has red hair. Although in one version, I think she had blonde hair, but don't quote me on that because I can't remember. But we'll see how it works out, how this whole show works out. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I honestly don't care. They've got to put a lot in, like I'm telling you right now, Deadpool, I'm excited for Deadpool, but after that, I'm not excited for shit when it comes to Marvel, because all that shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just all bad. But we'll see how it turns out. All right, you guys. So that was my week in review. But tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about this Nicolas Cage starring show, Spider-Man Noir for Amazon? Are you guys excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Did you love Spider-Man Noir? Or you think this is going to be a total flopperella? Or do you just like, are you gonna tune in and everything? Because I'm definitely gonna tune in. I'll cover it on this. I hope they drop it not all at once, because I don't like that when they drop it all at once on Amazon. But we'll see. You never know. But I'm excited for Nicolas Cage, and I'm definitely gonna watch this. I think this is gonna be pretty decent. Also, tell me, how do you feel about this Donnie Yen spinoff from John Wick, Kane? Did you like this character in the movies? I forgot to ask you guys that. Did you like this character? I like this character. I thought he was pretty cool. I could have had a little bit more of him on the screen, but it's called John Wick. But I'm excited for this. I'll tune in. I watched that Hotel. What was it called? What's the hotel called? I did watch that show. I thought that show was pretty good. But we'll see how this turns out. I mean, I don't know, maybe, because, in the Ballerina, Keanu Reeves is going to make an appearance, because that's a prequel. But I wonder where this is going to take place in the John Wick's, universe. And will John Wick / Keanu Reeves make an appearance? We'll see. But tell me what you think about it. And then finally, tell me, how do you guys feel about Natasha Lyonne joining Marvel's Fantastic Four movie? Do you think this is a good choice as far as casting goes? Who do you think she's going to play? Do you think my theory of her playing Frankie Ray is true? If she does play Frankie Ray, I don't think she'll become Nova in this movie. I just think she's going to play Frankie Ray, the person. But we'll see how that turns out. But how do you feel about this? Do you like her? Do you not like her? As far as this casting goes for this movie, what's your most excited part about it? I personally am not enjoying the casting selections, but we'll see. Yeah. But tell me what you guys think about it. And fill me in what you guys think about everything from this week. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week on my Week in Review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.